Tempur-Pedic Breeze makes sleep feel cool. So no more sweating all night or blasting the air conditioning, because the Tempur Breeze feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. Find cooler sleep with the Tempur Breeze collection at an Ashley near you. something kind of weird? I never met anyone who said they voted for George Wallace. That would be strange for most people. My brother must be a kind of nine numbers. I can't see anyone but you. Are the stars out tonight? I didn't know it was night. Suspended. Into the world. How amazing is it? Values that all are created equal, with inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit. That would be the inspiration. But the external, we arrived on these shores. Correlation. Oh, I agree. Listen, where you at? You know what? You oppressed and persecuted. You oppressed and persecuted. So that cascade effect is directly in the. You're talking about epigenetics. I'm talking about the paradigm shifts. We're now with Lionel Baratheon. He's speaking.
Oh, good.
Turbo power.
Just entered. Oh my goodness! I didn't even notice. My Lord. You know what? James. I appreciate you helping me with the mod. I genuinely do, because sometimes I don't look at the chat. I don't look at the people who have their hands up. I didn't know Andrew had his hand up. Welcome, Andrew. You have 1 to 2 minutes. Go.
Assalamu alaikum, Shabbat Shalom, grand rising, Ram Ram. I think there's a couple other greetings.
Shabbat Shalom to you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I do want to quickly say,
anyway.
Well, Shabbat for me is every day, John, but I just wanted to say quickly a few things, if we can get them out of the way. Blessed are the peacemakers, John. JJ and I have a rift, apparently. He's referred to me as, quote, scum, unquote.
Wow.
So maybe we could get that resolved. That would be great. And I think I'm going to point out inconsistency on his behalf. I think that would be good. Now, secondly, just quickly before I forget, John, I went to war with Agamemnon over you putting out the idea that you are going to stop taking your meds. Apparently you have stopped.
It's been almost a month now. Andrew, wait a minute. Andrew, this room is about John's ministry to the homeless. It's not about John and whatever his personal
to be honest,
or personal beefs with people in the community.
Real quickly, this room's not going to be about John at all, because I have John's house for that. So we can talk about.
That's right.
So what's actually opened up this morning, and no one showed up but one stranger. But I had to, so I don't even know what
you did say. You did say I could have an opening, though, right? So
yes, sir.
Okay. So, and I don't mind if you don't want to delve into any of the topics. I just wanted to throw them out there. Maybe we can.
I do quickly. Okay. So I did want to say, JJ, he seems to have a grievance. Calling him names, and he's the room's attention, and specifically you, and so hopefully, JJ, in an effort of some sort of reconciliation in terms of some peace and some community even.
There's only one thing that can reconcile this, John, and that's if Andrew gets his heart right with Christ, and stop with the mere lip service.
Okay. So what I would need to know is what precisely are you pointing out caused you to, quote, say that, quote, I am the scum of the earth.
Well, hang on. We don't have time.
Yes.
In fact, I'm going to close out in seconds. But
you're closing.
Yes, right now, 2 hours, very strict 2 hours, by the way, Andrew. And so that's why I only gave you a minute. No, sir. I'm only devoting exactly 10 hours a week.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to come early tomorrow, 2 hours prior, 8 a.m. Pacific.
Okay.
But anyway, JJ, what I did notice, may I finish?
He needs to read the Bible on Clubhouse instead of talking.
I'm sorry. I like you, AI, but I mean, listen, sir, I'm trying to close it out. Now, JJ, the deal is that you've made some sort of conditions about a being, okay?
In other words, like, that's his being presently, right? And so there's like the be attitudes, not the do attitudes, right? You can't just tell the person who's like poor in spirit to just simply do better spirit or something, right? That's what you're requesting. I think it's unreasonable. But in any case, that's my point for today. We can continue it. But that's where I wanted to stop. But anyways, I'm going to pray it out, JJ. This prayer,
That's too bad.
Which is your suggestion, by the way.
I know.
I really do appreciate it. You do know.
It was my advice.
Absolutely, it was. I did add a little bit to it. When I start the room, I also do that as well. And so
As you should.
And so I have done that ever since you mentioned it. And it added the beginning as well, JJ. So it's great that you're here to let you know that the suggestion it was a good one and kept. And thank God for that. But
before you do that, one second, just one last thing.
No, I'm sorry, JJ. In fact, I'm just gonna ensure it.
I just want to say I worry about you, John.
Nothing personal. I knew you were gonna speak up, JJ. But in any case, Heavenly Father, I just thank you for what you're doing every single day of the lives of those who believe and who do not. That although we do not even see you working, that you are working in our lives, that you have your hand upon the people here. I just pray for blessings. I pray for peace. I pray for love, because you commanded us to love even our enemies. And I just pray, Lord, that you give us your heart and your will, that we may, with gratitude, just seek to be in obedience, seek to love as you commanded us to love, and to be that which you want us to be. And that your will may be done, that we may humbly come to you before you, and to seek the betterment of other people without the expectation of others being better to us. So I pray this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. So in any case, thank you for coming out. I will be here tomorrow as well. And thank you. Good to see you, Andrew. Good to see you, JJ, as well. I hope to see you more in the future. We'll talk about this if we can. Everyone have a blessed day.
God bless you, John.
That Black people have about what went wrong, how to move forward. Here comes somebody saying it's the white man's fault, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that we can attribute a lot of our modern day struggles to what happened in yesteryear, civil rights and before, but Sue's right. There's always that one person who's like, we can't do this, we can't make progress because of what happened 400 years ago.
It was the black man and the black woman.
Let's talk about what's going on today. We ain't got to go back 400 years. We can talk about how Black people are being pushed out of housing by immigrants here in Minnesota and across the nation. We can talk about how jobs for Black people are being taken back. Go ahead, neighborhood.
God damn, nobody can talk to you.
But that's our fault too, doctor. Because Black said let the immigrants in.
Yeah, they're fighting. Our immigrants pushing Black people out of housing. You guys have to start. Oh my policy immigration. You don't get. There is. That's just not true.
It's not true.
Yes, it is. I can
give my testimony.
Everybody. I'm trying to answer this. I'm trying to answer the man.
When a man talks, could you please mute your mic? This is a problem. Hold on. Are they married or are they? Y'all didn't let what's phenomenal and would say grieve a little bit. When you are everybody just jumped right back in everyday life. Yo, they gave y'all the answer. You know, I've been listening for hours, just sitting back, but they gave y'all the answer. I ain't even get my submission yet. Y'all ain't let that shit breathe.
Even let that shit breathe.
But they can't have dead air and let breathe. They got to keep the conversation going.
Well, Brother Un, can he?
Un can go in, but they gave y'all the answer. I just wanted to point it out quick.
Right, but people. So I don't know who it was who just the question, the most recent question.
That was Officer Finley.
Okay, it's the policies. I'm gonna leave that right there. Now,
why do you call Officer Finley?
I got you, man. I don't want to argue, man.
Shit. You
Stop. Stop. Let's not argue, man. Let's have a serious, substantive conversation. That's what this room, this house is pride. Okay, let's have a conversation. So, how they attacked us is how they always attacked us and how they always will. Right? So, whatever solution y'all come off the mic, you have to counter eminent domain. You have to. We've lost one of the main reasons why we lost 19 million acres of land since the Southern Homestead Act of 1866. They either corporations or the government, local government, use eminent domain. That's what protects. You see what I'm saying? So whatever solution there are, solutions to counter eminent domain, which gives us eminent domain power and protections, would be getting our own jurisdiction, which would be unincorporated land under home rule, right? And before anybody sit and say, well, that's not a viable solution, blah, blah, blah. Right, the white side of town in Louisiana 2 years ago did the very thing that I'm talking about. 14,000 white people outvoted 600,000 and voted to unincorporate the land, and then they incorporate the land. They took over, they now control the politics and the economics legislatively. And this is not just some shit I'm just talking about, this is some shit I'm actually doing. So when people, I forgot who the sister who just spoke, people who do try to come with a solution usually get countered with people who don't have any solution. That.
Is that my good friend Shay? My brother. It's my brother.
Also, I think
Brother!
there be multiple solutions. There's not just one solution, but you know, in terms of destroy the black family, that shit is myopic and that shit isn't factually true. Even when somebody is like, okay, how are we destroyed? They making shit up, false stats and everything.
Lies.
Now, do we have some tidbits to work on?
Welcome, Shake. Oh, he left us. It's too late.
No one addressed it.
Absolutely no, my father. And matter of fact, most black children, and I already posted, like, even in current day, the majority of black kids are not raised by fathers. And further than that, there are not any really good stats on cohabitation. Y'all motherfuckers using this marriage stat to suggest we follow the fatherlessness scenario, but the shit is just not true.
It's not true.
You all be cohabitating?
That's a real issue, the birth rates.
You all be cohabitate.
Well, the birth rate.
So,
the
birth.
I get what you're saying, Black. I do get what you're saying. It's not. We don't measure the co-parenting. You're right. Is that a broken family? Because more than likely that co-parents in there in two separate households.
Right.
So that's a split of finances. So that's a break in the family. But I get you, family is still together. That black man is still taking care of his black kids.
What I said was cohabitation. You said co-parenting. I said cohabitation. I said two parents living together, but it still counts as a single mother. That is my whole point to you.
Actually, the new data don't count that as single mother anymore.
Well, I'm with you with that too. I ain't mad at that.
They've adjusted the data on that. They don't count that as single parenting anymore. But I wanted to back to my other point. Someone said that immigrants have pushed us out of housing, and I'm saying that is not true. In fact, home ownership amongst us risen in the last 10 to 15 years.
But on the low,
we're talking about public housing, sir.
Yeah.
We're talking about public housing.
They've not pushed blacks out of public housing either.
You're the matrix.
You're in the matrix. Doctor, are you there?
Well, a quarter of the population is immigrants today. When I forgot the fucking year. I think he said 1865. It was just black and white. 95%, 98%, I believe. But now it's 74% black and white and 25% immigrant. So they did cause a problem.
They don't want to share.
Immigrants not push us on the public housing.
Bro, they pushed us out of everything overall by becoming 25% of the fucking population. You can't say they didn't squeeze out. They did, bro. It's okay.
Not 25% of the population.
In Los Angeles, I'll give you a stat right here. In Los Angeles, the black community was at 30 to 35% range. Now we're at 8%. But we missed a half of the populace that's homeless on Skid Row. The Hispanic community is a larger base, but they were able to be able to get down payment assistance, housing assistance, and the people that are running in city, like the says, they're giving them policies where they can be able to get the same housing benefits and get top prioritization in their districts and zones where they're funded, while black areas internally are underfunded, overtaxed, displaced. And you have a population that they're allowing to come in, be able to take over those houses based on the vouchers of the HUD, Section 8, and many of different programs that they allow for the undocumented here in Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles is a small case study, but there are aspects of when you have a large Hispanic population that have access to the managers scenarios, the contracting officers, they will discriminate on black people.
So you name one city.
Miami, Florida. We can mention Miami, Florida. We can mention Tampa. We can mention states.
Can I add to home? There's not one city.
This is my point of contention.
You're stopping the conversation at one city. It's not one city.
Let me respond though. If I can get a complete thought, you understand what I'm saying. I'm not trolling.
No, I'm not trolling. It's not one city.
So I don't troll. So
I give you my location. How I see discrimination.
You understand what I'm saying? Your next city out of me.
No, you can't get your number two because he gave an example, and now you can't beat down his fucking example that he gave. He gave you an example. No, you can't. He gave you a simple example. You can't beat down his example.
I can't beat down this example.
You gonna say he gave you one city? Yes, he gave you one city because that was his example.
And my response to that, it's short. It's a short-sighted example. Number one, it's one city out of many. Number one. Number two, public housing. Number two, public housing is mostly a federal program, right? Number three, most states are red, and they're not doing what he's saying that they're doing.
I said a population.
Right? And so
I said a population of Hispanic communities. Hispanics are contracting managers.
And
you're making the assumption that all these people are illegal, right?
No, we said immigrants. He said we started with.
Well, somebody.
This is where I'm trying to say.
Also, someone incorrectly said that. Also, someone incorrectly.
I'm trying to say it right. I'm trying to say it right.
I don't need to be safe.
You're about to make yourself look bad, man.
I'm not gonna make myself look bad. I'm capable of formulating my own arguments. I'm capable of defending my own thought. Right? Respectfully. Right? Someone incorrectly said 25% of the American population. That's just not true. Someone also said that blacks have been pushed out of housing. Right? Then they said it's not housing. It's public housing. We're not even in the majority population. We're not pushed out of housing because our home ownership rates have risen in the past 50 years. In the last 15 years. We're not being pushed out of public housing either because we're not the majority of the population in public housing.
Hello? Right? This affordable housing that we're talking about.
The data, we're not being pushed out of affordable housing either.
Ain't nothing happening. You guys are just all lies.
But this is a cluster fund.
Have you been drinking?
When you put,
minorities in the same neighborhoods as black folks that's still in the same competition for that same affordable housing. So then it goes down to there's not enough housing, period. Right, and then on top of that, it's the market forces, like and it's not saying there's.
What is he talking about?
It's actually stating that they're replacing one group with the other, but we can't just say, oh, there's enough housing. No, because in some of these neighborhoods, it's a clusterfuck, and there's black people are competing with Mexicans and Somalians.
It's a cluster.
Historically, black areas is now Hispanic. Like, how can you not see that? It is even around?
Like here in Minnesota, Southside used to be black, the whole black neighborhood. Like now,
no more.
Pushed over north.
Bye.
Like it's just the housing costs. Like they over north too. Like it's just.
And the housing cost is done. You have a population boom. Like, how do we don't understand? We have a surge of population boom. Housing is the first to be able to get zapped because now you compete.
Why is there a housing shortage in America?
Like Southside is
because of one. Let me answer that. Let me answer that. Because of stringent zoning policies, when you have cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, New York City, Boston, and areas that have centralized, tough permitting laws, you can't bring in the supply to lower the price. Then you also have situations of both higher income earners, the billionaires that's in San Francisco and New York, they make housing go higher because they can be able to buy at higher premiums than anybody that's in the middle class.
Right.
Hell, people are
Sean.
Hold on, stop. But this also part of America's international policy.
Shit.
The reason why I was trying to inject, right, in a diplomatic way, he asked for examples, plural. One person gave an example. He cut Sean off. Then other people try to give examples to answer his question. Then he wants to cut them off. That's what I was trying to fight through. Now, the reason why I'm trying to explain so we don't dissolve into arguments, right? It's a part of America's international policy also. Why am I saying it, right? The largest population of Bosnians in America located in St. Louis, Missouri, which hosts an estimated 50,000 to over 60,000 Bosnian Americans. This community is considered the largest concentration of Bosnians outside of Bosnia in Herzegovina, with a significant presence in Bilbo Mill neighborhood, often called Little Bosnia. Other cities with high concentration of Bosnians in the U.S. are Chicago, Atlanta, Georgia, Ithaca, New York, Arizona, Detroit, Michigan, Jacksonville, Florida, Salt Lake City, Utah. The community in St. primarily due to refugee resettlement during and after the Bosnian War, 1992, 1995. Same thing can be said about Minnesota and Somalia. Same fucking thing across America. It's a part of America's international policy, and it's called hypo and hyperselectivity.
Right. And to finish my point, that just leads to the same. God damn it, boy. Let me finish my point. Because what unmentioned was the same. Like I said, when it comes to what Un was saying, it's the same mention that I put on the table of when you have immigrant groups being prioritized, they get first dibs on the housing. You saw when it came to New York's hell, we don't even have to go 4 years. We could go 20 years when Ronald Reagan opened up the borders and his senile demented ass in 81, 83, and 86 gave literally 2 to 3 million South American anti-black Hispanics to come across the motherfucking border and come across in the areas of both Miami, Florida. The Cubanitos, them sons of bitches was getting first priority on down payment assistance, housing, and
the Shake with the sound effects. Nice job, Shake.
And the loans with the SBA programs. Like, how do we not?
I get the feeling somebody's gonna say HBCU pretty soon.
When you give other groups the priority to do business.
Hello?
Any kind of predatory lending when it comes to zip code discrimination.
Zip code discrimination? I didn't know zip codes discriminate.
You can have a 720 FICO score and still get denied.
720?
And that's why as a solution I present on the table is to have a business address in a sweet location that's in a well-to-do neighborhood. If you're in the Bronx, East Manhattan, if you're in
get that right zip code, ladies and gentlemen, before you apply.
Over 10.
Get you that right zip code. Your social security number and the amount of money you have is not as important as your zip code. Because zip codes are racist. Hello?
Areas that you
Hello?
black, you keep driving up.
Hello?
You got nothing but anti-black Hispanics looking at you crazy.
Shit.
And this is your nigga.
Shit.
You're gonna have the right to be able to shit on me. When, motherfucker, if it wasn't for the plight, you wouldn't even be here.
Shit.
So like I said, man, you don't have to agree on it. You can say I'm wrong, Brother Finley. I get it. I guess black people are trained to not see how immigration has affected the damn Negro for the past 150 years since the damn Irish mix and the Italian fucking coolies is literally getting all the access to being police officers like you are, getting access to being firefighters and all these people that are getting involved in business. I don't see how we can see that, and it's crazy how most people would actually agree that immigration was a problem if white liberal told you it was. But now the white liberal, he got to be able to win elections, so he'll flood the gates again. With Gavin Newsom, if he gets his president, he'll flood the zone probably 25 million more motherfuckers.
Fuck.
And black people be ready to vote for him, saying, well, at least he ain't Trump, at least he ain't no Republican, we need some fresh blood up in there. Okay, cool. If you can't run California, what makes you think you can run the damn nation? And I'm not even saying to go Republican. Go fucking independent for a goddamn change.
Oh shit!
Like I said, man, I don't see how we can be able to see that. And I'm done.
I'm done.
My point of contention is this
I'm
argument. And I totally disagree with you. They're the problem. They're not the problem.
Hello.
This is what we've been told is a problem.
Bye-bye.
Oligarchs coordinate the message, and so
hell, they're the ones that are immigration. They can hire them cheap.
So, yeah, exactly. They are benefiting from illegal immigration, right? And they're also the ones benefiting from the fact that we have not passed anything comprehensive, like, I don't know, in about 100 years, right? But I want to push back against this housing argument, right? Because all the policies that you talked about with respect to restrictive housing zoning issues in certain places like California, right? New York, right? Those existed pre-2007. When do we get a housing shortage issue? Post the housing crash of 2006. What happened was, because we had a ton of inventory during that time. What happened was, once the market crashed, construction ceased. A lot of people got out of that industry, and we've not been able to keep up since then. The reason that right, because people aren't getting back into building houses. Nobody wants to go into that industry because it was so freaking volatile. Right, that is why we have a housing shortage. Because all those policies that you named existed prior to that. Right, after the 2007 housing crash, rich people, right, investment banks, people like BlackRock, they started buying up inventory because it's not really a shortage. There isn't. There's something like 20 million that are unoccupied. I could be wrong about that number, but there's a huge number of houses.
6 million homes short.
There's a bunch of houses that are Google the number of houses that are unoccupied right now. There's no shortage. There's just people that are sitting on them, right? And we're not building houses because of the 2006 market. This was not created by immigrants. This was created by.
It's a combination of the two.
The immigrants have nothing to do with it.
They got nothing. Nothing to do with it. Nothing. Nothing. They got nothing to do with it. Nothing.
That was a problem for that.
Hello?
That led to black LA's population being polluted. That led to LA's population being polluted.
Shit.
Prioritizing over black people. He literally got on record and said,
I'll land my point here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Land it.
This is a false narrative, right? Because immigrants are a problem. They never were the problem, right? Just like we're complaining about immigrants taking public housing and government for
jobs,
public assistance and jobs. Like they're not taking
and jobs.
Right?
They ain't taking jobs. They ain't taking housing. They just chilling. They ain't doing nothing.
Public assistance.
They ain't responsible for nothing.
Remember that?
Hello?
People giving you all the food stamps and taking all the public housing and a burden on the government. And a burden on the government dime. But no, we simply replaced them with the new argument that it's now the immigrants because that's what we do. That's what the oligarchs.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Hello?
I can't even land my point.
I can't even land it because I ain't got no fucking point.
Exactly the same old
Hello?
We've had this same argument since the freaking 20s.
Same argument since 100-year-old argument. It's 100-year-old.
Black people of all people are jumping on this dumb argument.
Hello?
It's a dumb argument. Immigrants aren't for the most. Immigrants aren't the problem. They're not stealing jobs.
Democrats are the problem.
To pick freaking fruit.
Hello?
They're not.
Dude, that is
I
way
don't
bigger
think
argument.
we're saying that
We're talking
black
about
people
we're talking about housing. We're talking about nursing.
You just get one opportunity to complete.
We're talking about nursing. Second point, dude.
Dude.
I yield and I let you finish your point.
Finish your point.
Right? I didn't move into your way. I didn't interrupt you. I moved out of the way.
Shit.
How did you finish your way? That's my thought.
You need to finish now.
Mr. Finley,
I'm not done.
Mr.
My point.
You have 60 seconds to finish.
Talking about why black people, because black people getting pushed out because of these fucking shit.
I'm just trying to land my point. I'm not trying to be long-winded, but when they interrupt,
I swear, white
I lose my train of thought.
Shit.
Can you hear me or no?
Hello?
I get like
Perfect, and thank you. You have 60 seconds to land your point. If you guys could just allow people to finish, it would stop so much of the back and forth. Appreciate it.
Hello?
Thank you. The net of what I'm saying is this new argument that is the immigrants, it is a lie. They're not the problem. They're not stealing jobs, right? They're not stealing housing.
Hello?
Right? And blacks, we shouldn't even be looking at public housing. Right? We should be looking bigger than that. But the big problem is freaking the billionaires that have created this problem. The reason they don't want to solve it because yes, they benefit. They benefit from the cheap labor, just like when they shipped good union jobs to Mexico for cheaper labor. They didn't
Hello?
the price of anything. You just created a whole new working class that they can exploit. And they're going to continue to do it. And then we're going to continue to point the finger at the wrong people.
Also done by NAFTA. Also done by, like I said, most of the problems that we keep on talking about always lined up either from a liberal or a globalist that have fucked the problem off. Where motherfucker
motherfucker.
That literally accelerated and destroyed the damn black community. Manufacturing and warehousing is done by black men. Like, dude, and illegal immigrants, these motherfuckers got illegals in fucking both medical facilities where these are black men and black women that's getting displaced because the staffing agencies hiring nothing but Filipinos, that's cheap labor, and taking away jobs for black people in the Bay Area. Like, I hate when we use the damn fruit picking argument, and that's how I know that we listen to Jasmine Crockett and white liberals again. Where once again we being conned out of it again, where now we're assisting with people that will take
Jasmine Crockett is a racist atheist.
For all my smart tech brothers.
Brother.
This is in the healthcare sector where they say,
come on, brothers.
Maria don't fucking speak no English, fake credentials, got her shit from the damn downtown somewhere. And literally they're casting a blind eye. They had a black woman work for the DMV, said that her job, that Lily said out of her mouth, and she was a whistleblower that actually came out public with it, where her job was just to give people IDs, identifications, driver's license, $200 a pop. So just imagine when you have a segment of an industry based off of undercutting. I don't see how possibly black people can compete unless they have the abilities of getting their own business funding, business credit, their family-owned real estate, or they get access to real estate where they can at least sub-jump that. But most black people are in the W-2 wage, and that's where Brother Un keeps saying we need to get out of the wages aspect and get on the investor-owner aspect. That's only how we can combat our stupid-ass policies that we keep going for. Like, if anything, we add another 20 million people. Mr. Finley, I would just ask this question. How many motherfucking illegals and immigrants that we got placed in the country for you to understand that Americans are being affected? 100 million? 200 million? Matter of fact, let's let 1 billion people in the damn country and see how much affected.
Yeah, Mr. Finley, you dumbass motherfucker. Dumb. Fucking dummy. You stupid ass motherfucker.
Okay, I'm going to be fast. Who destroyed the black community? Or what destroyed who or what destroyed
the black community destroyed the black community.
The people that created these families not given a reason to continue them.
Hello?
Here is where I'm going to not be a contrarian and just say it. If you
Hello?
think this is important. Hey, John, I'm on my way to the trial this century. I'm testifying.
You're testifying?
Yeah, against Terry Newsom. This could be
Tom DeBoer's the lawyer. Terry Noose is the defendant. The victim is Joe Severino. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, my God. That's a miracle.
Yeah, I was calling you if you wanted to come, but I think it's too late. I'm already on the highway. But, and the other reason I was calling you is I was driving, and you know the TV show The Bear?
No.
You've never heard The Bear? It's not a great show, but it's a very famous TV show. They're filming it right now. And they probably will be. So I wonder if you want to crash it tomorrow.
No, I'm
good. They film it at the, have you ever heard of Mr. Beef on Orleans?
Yeah.
That's where they film it.
Oh, cool.
It's like they pretend like there's a TV show about a fake, Italian beef. I don't know. It's a fucking bullshit show. But very famous.
Yeah, I'm not going to drive all the way downtown to waste my time crashing some stupid show.
No, content. Like, I already saw the celebrities and shit. It was so funny. I had my phone out, and I'm like, because it's a public street. They can't do shit. And I'm like, I'm taking a picture. He's like, no, that'd be rude. I'm like, no, I'm taking a picture. Just get the fuck out of the way. This is Chicago. You can check in with me.
They told you couldn't take a picture?
No, of course they couldn't say that. They were just telling me not to.
Oh, I see.
They were asking me not to. And then asking me, because I literally was in my car. And so I pulled my car right up to the set. Lowered my windows, taking pictures. And just yelling stuff. I'm like, the Bear, tell Jeremy I say hey. But I'm thinking that if you live streamed it, that actually would be great to content.
No, I'm good. So, good luck.
You'd be low profile.
Good luck at the trial. This is fucking amazing. That is
the trial of the century, and I cannot be filming it because that's contempt of court.
Oh, damn.
But I'm gonna get there 20 minutes early. It sounds like right now is the plan. And if I get there early, I could film content. Because there'll be Rocio's gonna be there, Jenny McGuire, Courtney Trubish. You remember her?
No.
She was a Terry person that was ruthlessly attacking me, Joe, maybe you, everyone. And then she kind of woke up, and then they've been mercilessly attacking her, threatening her, and so she's testifying too.
Wow.
So very interesting.
It's so funny how Terry says everything he projects onto Joe Severino is like everything that he is, which is like the craziest and funniest thing in the world. This is.
No, it's not. It's in the Christian Bible.
Joe,
do not judge if you're condemning yourself because you're guilty of the same things, Matthew, whatever. I forgot.
It's not even just that. It's like pure projection. But Joe's my hero, man. Like, that guy is my fucking hero because, like.
Well, and Bruce Leon. He's my new hero too.
I don't know Bruce.
He's the one that he was a Jewish multimillionaire, successful business person, philanthropist. Decides to run for Congress, and basically like AIPAC and the local Jewish stuff tried to get him to like drop out and bully him and threaten him, and he exposed him. And that's the reason why all this AIPAC is in the news is because of Bruce.
Oh wow!
It's a Washington Post story now about how AIPAC is meddling in the Illinois 9.
Do you know?
And he's a devout, good Jew. That was really cool, man.
Do you know Vitali? Do you know who he is? Like famous internet troll Vitali.
Yeah, of course.
Well, he's doing like To Catch a Predator, where they're baiting people to come have sex with 15-year-old girls, and they're
hysterical.
Yeah, they're getting high level, some pretty significant people.
Yeah, like Akon. That was the people that they're stinging are the people that are at the stings.
Well, they're also stinging Jewish people, and they have an Instagram account called AIPAC Tracker, and so it's like really damning to the community that they're doing this.
No, I know. I saw the one where the Jewish producer was caught with a 15-year-old.
Well, there was another one that came out today, this morning, but.
There was also a special needs Jewish guy that was terrible.
Oh my gosh.
But like Jews need what's really pissing me off, and I'm getting a lot of flack from the Jewish community, is they don't realize how bad that looks for our reputation. That when someone does something bad, not to be like, yeah, that's bad. Like, how hard is that to be? Like, yeah, that's bad. He's a rapist, send him to jail. But instead, they too many of them double down or I'm like, you don't fucking realize how bad this makes us look. Because they say Jews are a bunch of, the stereotype is cheap, untrustworthy. And so if you're playing games with an election, you feed into all the anti-Semites, stereotypes, and also you piss off non-anti-Semites because elections have consequences and are very charged. So, good for Bruce, good for Joe.
I really think in the Bible, one of the most inspiring characters is Pincus, because it takes so much courage to call out your own. It really does. And that's when you're actually tested. Not when it's so easy to call out the other or the opponent or the enemy. But it's like keep your own family, your own people accountable. So kudos to Joe, who's a Republican. Kudos to Bruce, who's an amazing Jew.
Isn't it amazing? This is all just because of Aaron Del Mar. Like he's the
master. He's the master.
They're doing this for Del Mar. Like otherwise, what are they doing? You know, it's wild.
Well, no. The real question is who's above Del Mar, because he's not the mastermind. Who's one row above him? I can't answer that. I don't know.
Do all roads just lead to Pritzker?
No, I think it's above. Well, I think the question is like, what kind of weird Illuminati shit is Pritzker into? The Pritzkers.
Definitely, they're into some Illuminati shit.
It's a dark fan, and I know like like the Colonel Jennifer's kid is really mad at Miles. He was like best friends with my brother Miles, and I was always on good terms with him. But he's like Trump ruined some people, and he's a great guy. But I just do sense a lot of darkness in that Pritzker family, like Illuminati type shit. Yeah,
well, when your uncle dresses up as a woman and you're a billionaire running.
That's his dad. That's his dad.
Oh well, I knew a girl.
I'm friends with Jennifer's kid. I've been friends with both of them.
I knew a Jewish girl that worked for him at the museum.
Yeah.
And I was like, tell me the truth. Like, did you sign an NDA? What can't you talk about? She's like, I can't talk about his sex life, especially. And I was like, why? She's like, because maybe he fucks young Hispanic men at his mansion in Rogers Park. I was like, wow.
It's like the least shocking thing I've heard.
Yeah, least shocking.
But I've heard that he's really nice, and that he's just like a really weird. It's like it's a darkness where it's not like just like weird.
Oh, you mean it's not him?
It's just weird.
It's not him. It's not him. It's a darkness that's infected. He needs an exorcist.
Well, if you fucking dance with it, you stare into the abyss, you become the abyss. The abyss becomes you. You gotta be careful. And some of these people do like. A lot of times too. Also, you tell a lie enough. I think Terry believes some of his bullshit. Like I said, when it comes to. Did you ever hate that Val Ojeda character, John?
I've seen him. Saw him at the challenge at 69 Washington.
Yeah, well, he's been lying so much that I think he thinks he's on Trump's team, and he was a police officer.
Yeah, he's
and was in the Gulf War and worked for BlackRock. All made up. But I think that you can end up believing that shit if you just tell yourself that at the end.
Well, yeah, if all you do is lie, then that becomes your narrative.
Exactly. And if you cut your dick off, that might catch darkness, dude.
Is that Pritzker post-op?
You know what?
No.
I've never asked, but I feel like no, right?
No, it's just too many medical complications from inverting your penis into a vagina.
And also, I feel like it's like a sick sex thing too. I think they like being a chick with a dick.
You have to milk your prostate because there's like a fluid that gets created in the newly constructed uterus.
Yeah, you got to dilate your fake pussy every day. Yeah, gross.
What a life!
It's not real. It's not a vagina. It's an inverted sac.
What are you doing today? Oh, I'm treating the wound that used to be my penis.
Exactly. You want to fuck the outside of my scrotum? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's just that is wild. Wild. But good.
You gotta get up.
This was a sidebar. My point being is that maybe all roads lead to Pritzker, but I do believe that there are a bunch of Illuminati type shit going on, and maybe it's like one of those groups.
I don't think so. I think it's just like a decentralized network of schmucks, and
that's what I meant. It's not like very structured. There's a bunch of different small organizations that they build their fiefdoms.
Well, anybody that sits at Moretti's Pizza at that bar, and watches Aaron Del Mar take these people way better. I mean, I don't know these people at all. You know them all extremely well. And so they're all just in it together,
like
that's their little clique, but it's all.
John, you really fucked up is I went to a debate. I tried to invite you too, because I went to the District 9 Democrat debate at the Green Bill.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I've never had such a good time.
Really?
And I was tight, like literally some hardcore communist alderman, because I was in the front row talking shit the entire time, just heckling.
Mm-hmm.
And some alderman afterwards comes after me and like thanks me and gave me a fist bump. I was hanging out with Kat and her boyfriend who owns the Onion, like all of them. It was hysterical. And how could they not know who I am? Is the craziest part.
Well, I don't know. Part of it is like, even if they kind of subconsciously know who, see, you've conditioned people. So like you're actually sitting below the subconscious. They don't know who you are, but they like you because you are actually in their memory.
I did a lot of psych war. And so, I did, John, because I didn't have a ticket. And I wanted to be like, I wanted to kind of, what's it called? What's the word? Because, politicians are always on guard. You want to like de-escalate the situation. And so I introduced myself to every candidate, and I asked them, like, Max Rice, I'm a blogger. I'm just asking every candidate, what's your number one pump-up song? Like, what's a song you would listen to before a debate or before you go to the gym?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting every candidate's pump-up song. And so they went from, like, being, like, really on guard to, like, oh, wow, that's a really good question. I like the 80s. And I like the Decemberists. It was really cool, because I totally got them all off guard.
That's a good question to ask people, because it immediately boosts their dopamine.
Exactly. So a lot of people were saying that this was the best debate in a while, and Bruce Leon just texted me that, he just said, he goes, is this true? So he forwarded me a text where someone goes like, wow, this was the best debate ever. Like, everyone stepped it up. I think I worked the crowd. I was doing so much fucking bullshit in the front row. I'm like egging people on. Like anytime someone would attack someone and not name the name, I'd be like, oh, who are you talking about? And then he goes like Dan Biss. And I'm like, oh. It was fucking wild, dude. You gotta start doing that though. It's a lot of fun.
Rocio texted me. She's like, do you have the screenshot or whatever of Val talking his shit? And I think I sent that screenshot to her like a couple weeks ago. And I went through our massive text message, and I couldn't find it.
Dang. Yeah, I would ask her.
She should have it though.
She should, but also she needs to relax, because I don't think she gets to provide evidence.
Well, if she was defamed, she can provide an affidavit or a testimony.
No, she's doing that. She's testifying.
Oh, okay. Well, then that clip or that screenshot of that defamation would be useful.
That's what this is gonna be the wildest. Like, I'm hoping this is just gonna be like so much fun, because it's. Have you ever met Jenny McGuire? She's the one with the radio show.
No.
She's also a Spitfire, and then Courtney's a Spitfire, and then Rocio, me, and then versus Terry, and then Tom DeVore is such a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like hates women. Like, he definitely, like, I don't mean like I'm not trying to sound like a libtard, but he like clearly like is angry at women and like goes extra hard on them. So it's gonna be so much fun.
Dude, Rahm Emanuel is definitely running for president. This fucking F word creates content nonstop now. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
I've noticed that too, and that's kind of a dumb move, because he needs to reset the table. If he was smart, he would have ran for like Congress or something. Or he needs to like people have such short memories in politics. A lot of people forgot he was mayor.
Well, didn't you accuse him at the baseball game of selling the rights to the Abu Dhabi investment fund?
I used to own goodbyerom.com, so you can't call me a show. And yes, I did. He told me to take my Trump hat off. I'm like, give us our parking meters back from Abu Dhabi. And he goes like, really? Really? You're talking about parking meters when there's a racist in the office that said he's going to grab him by the pussy?
He said that? Holy
his
shit.
brother, Zeke, was like just laughing so hard at my joke.
Yeah.
He was dying. Because he was just having a TDS flip out. I'm just like, after I made my joke, I just relaxed. I'm just like, dude, I'm serious.
Wow.
And then I told him, because I was class president of New Trier, and I thought, like, at New Trier, they say Rahm Emanuel was the former class president.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told him that, and he just thought I was, like, talking shit, but I was trying to, like, bond with him. No, it wasn't. What do you say? You accusing me? I'm like, Rahm, relax.
What do you think about Preckwinkle, like, and the challenger to her? Because it looks to me like, I mean, she is just beyond, like, she needs to go, but like the power of like the Democrat.
They're both bad. So I almost voted for Brandon Johnson over Paul Vallis. I think I did vote for Vallis at the last moment.
Oh God.
Because here's the question: is do you sometimes like you need to hit the, you know how like at whatever you got to hit the rock bottom whatever. Is like a Paul Vallis Riley like it doesn't make things better, but it kind of makes us go to rock bottom slower. But I voted for Vallis because I'm like, you know what, that's kind of cruel because like people die.
Well, he's.
But the Illinois would be like Chicago would be the same. It would just happen slower with Paul Vallis. That guy's such a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's
piece of shit Democrat.
I love how the Chicago Contrarian like features everything he writes. I'm like, this guy is just an essayist. Like, there's a reason why he failed.
No, he's a hack. He's a fucking bureaucrat hack that has been kicked out of 3 different schools for being a shitty superintendent. And he's like the football coach that you hire when you're like you can't hire any football coaches. And he took a job with Illinois Policy, who's like the think tank you work with, and you can't get a job anywhere else. And all he does is write about that school shit because that's what he's getting paid to. No other reason. That's all he does is bitch about school stuff. I'm not a Vallis fan.
Yeah, fuck.
And I was talking about to George Papadopoulos, and George Papadopoulos is shilling for Vallis.
He should.
Me and George are not cool. Me and Simona though are cool.
He is the biggest self-promoter I've ever seen in my life. It's unbelievable.
Oh, that guy is such a fake piece of shit. He came to our office at NRGCX.
What did he say?
With Mark Vargas. Well, I think I just said to him. So I basically was talking about all the fucked up things going on in the Republican Party, and they were pretending to agree with me, but I think they were just kind of like, it was like the opposite, where they were just like, Max is a problem. We gotta take care of this. Max knows too much. Shut it down.
I love how he like.
It's like all the dumb stuff, you know.
I mean, he's basically like a Val. That's exactly what.
He's Val. Yeah, he's Val. He's Shane Bouvet.
He positioned himself in the center of Russiagate. Like, he is the guy, you know, he was used by, and like, meanwhile, he's married to this Russian chick.
I interviewed her. You seen me interview her?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Like, no, 3 years ago. I did a whole, I used to like talk to her pretty often. Because I was single, I believe. And I don't think the relationship's serious, so I don't have any qualms talking to her. I mean, we never did anything inappropriate or anything like that, but I interviewed her. And, and message her, it's Facebook friends, but
Where's the trial at?
Waukegan.
Oh my God.
I know.
Jesus.
I'm still 30 minutes out, and I've been in the car the entire time we've been talking.
Why is the trial in Waukegan as opposed to Cook?
Because Joe lives in Lake Forest.
Oh, I see. Oh my God. Is he an attorney?
What?
Is Joe an attorney?
No, he has an attorney.
What does he do for a living?
He like entrepreneurial. Like he owns like an Evanston parking garage and shit like that. Dude, I gotta take that. That's him.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Superintendent.